Hey everyone, welcome back to the weekly Leap videos. I'm Renee Blasky of the Leap Network. So this is the last video in the the 6-part 5-step series to successful transformation videos. And I wanted to just a little bit of a recap. So if you haven't seen the other videos, I suggest that you go and look at them first, but just to give you a little recap. So this series is really meant for those people who have put their careers on hold because of a change in their family obligations. So their spouse has either moved overseas or moved the family to a different city, and you have had to put your career on hold. Or perhaps you're now taking care of a young child or an elderly parent at home, and again, you've put your career on hold. Or maybe you're a corporate refugee and either you've been laid off or you really got tired of the rat race, so decided to quit your job. So this step, the 5th step, is about how to transform yourself so that you can reinvent yourself and feel whole again. Because if you were like me, you've been very career oriented all of your life, and all of a sudden you're not having a career for whatever reason. And it causes some pain. It causes resentment and anger and frustration, and you're no longer living a two-income lifestyle that you're used to, so you're having to make sacrifices in how you live. You're perhaps living on an allowance that your spouse gives you, and you feel like you're a little kid again, and you have a hard time spending money on yourself because it's not yours. Okay? So your identity is taking a hit. You don't know who you are anymore. So sometimes you're so and so's spouse or so and so's parent or so and so's caregiver, and you no longer feel like yourself. You're no longer identified by your career or the contribution you're giving. So it can be very frustrating and it can be very damaging to your self esteem as well. So keep that in mind. So the 5 steps I've talked about in the successful transformation process is step 1 is to engage in your life of change. And in that video, I give you some tips and some activities to take part in that will help you do that. And then step 2 is in the next video, and that's all about exploring. Your transformation and the change that you're going through is an adventure, if you look at it that way, and it will help you have that positive mindset to open up your heart and your mind to new possibilities and to new feelings, and how you can take advantage of the opportunities that present itself. Step 3 is pamper and protect yourself, because it is very important. When you're going through massive changes, you need to stay focused and inward looking as well as outward looking. Don't forget about yourself, because if you neglect yourself, everybody else will also be neglected. And this is particularly important if you're a caregiver, but it's even important if you're not the caregiver, if you're moving with your family to a different city, because it helps them make the transformation better as well. Okay? Step 4 is accept and adapt. Differences can be fun and they can be presented opportunities, so keep that in mind. And again, I offer activities and suggestions as to what you can do to fully accept and adapt your new situation. Step 5, this video is going to be how you can transform to reinvent yourself. Okay? So if you are like me, very career oriented, and all of a sudden you find yourself that you're no longer in a career, and you've got all this time on your hands. Now, if you're a caregiver, your time may not be your own, so this may be a little bit different. But there may still come an opportunity when you see that you do have some spare time and you'd like to look at different ways that you can use that spare time. So what I work with I work with startup entrepreneurs, and these are people that recognize that they can create a new identity by starting their own business. And when you start a business from a passion that you have, using your expertise, your experience, your knowledge, your skill set, you can create an amazing business. And the beautiful thing about these businesses is that they're online. So as you move from city to city or country to country, or as your children get older, or you're no longer taking care of an elderly parent, your business is still there. You don't have to start from scratch every time your circumstances change. So this is a major way to reinvent yourself. And it also provides an opportunity for you to get that second income stream back, such that you are now creating a new identity for yourself that is more in line with your career. So you don't necessarily have to stick with the same area that your career was in, too. A lot of people take this opportunity when they're undergoing a transformation to do something completely different because maybe they didn't like their career or maybe they're just tired of it. I know when I switched to coaching, I had been in the financial industry services for 30 years. I'm a chartered financial analyst by training. I do a lot of investment advice. I was a compliance officer, equity analyst. I do company valuations. I worked with people in developing their pension plans. I worked with corporations looking to find debt and equity to grow their business. I looked at companies to help them figure out what was going wrong and how they can make changes. But I wanted something a little bit different. So this is why I started going into coaching, and I love working with startup entrepreneurs because one, I love to empower people, and I love to work with people who want to be in control of their lives so they're no longer working for somebody else. Because if you're going to work hard and long hours, it might as well be for yourself, right? So that that income is yours. But I can also tell you that you don't necessarily have to work a lot of long hours. It depends on the type of business that you develop. And this is what I love working with people to figure out how they can develop a business that fits their lifestyle, using their passion, using their skills and expertise. It is so fun. And to see it when it starts to take fruition and people start getting clients and they start getting money coming in, it's so exciting. And I just love to work with people. So if you think that this may be part of your transformation that you want to go through because you have had to make a transformation due to a change in your family obligation, I would love to talk with you. I do offer a 1 free hour consultation. There's no obligation, and I can give you some really useful tips as to what your next steps would be to go forward. And if we sign up to work with each other, that's fantastic. But it doesn't matter if we don't either, because I just love working with people and helping them gain ideas and to look at the vision and look at what their dream could be and what it would mean for them and what it would mean for the family. Because again, I love to empower people, and I don't want anybody to face an identity crisis because of the transformation that they're having to take because of a family obligation. There are so many opportunities out there to run your own online business the way you want to so that you connect with your right clients and you can create the business of your dreams. So maybe you've never thought about running your own business before. It's not as scary as a lot of people think because it does allow you a lot of flexibility. So think about it. Do you want to transform yourself so that you don't have an identity crisis? Do you want to have another source of income so that you are no longer having that allowance from your spouse? Do you want to have financial independence and freedom? Think about it. If you do, let me know. I would love to have that conversation with you to help you figure out your next steps going forward. So take care, and I hope to hear from you. Bye.